Now that you've written or edited your program's SLOs, it's time to map them to the curriculum. Curriculum mapping serves two main functions. First, it helps program administrators and faculty know where the outcomes are covered or not covered in the curriculum. Second, curriculum mapping helps to define the appropriate assessment points in your assessment plan. Before beginning the process, curriculum mapping is often viewed as a heinous task by faculty. But, as you read in the Uchiyama and Radin article, creating a curriculum map is not only necessary to program assessment, it can promote unity and collaboration in the program. To create a map, you will need to first collect a list of all the program's courses. Start with required courses, but feel free to add electives if you desire. Most people prefer to collect their maps in an Excel file or in a Word table. Any file type is acceptable as long as it allows for a visual representation of the outcome's relationship to the courses. Begin by titling columns as Outcome 1, Outcome 2, and so on. And each row lists the course. An Excel template has been created for your use in this process. Finally, it's time to consult with your program's faculty. The faculty that teaches the course must be a part of this process because only they know how the course aligns to the outcomes. For each course, ask faculty which outcome or outcomes their course aligns to. Once this has been completed, ask them to prove how it aligns. It is not uncommon after conversation to find that some courses do not align to outcomes as intended. Occasionally, programs may find that a course doesn't align to any of the program's stated learning outcomes. Courses may have drifted over the years away from the intended outcome, or the program may have drifted away from a previous outcome. It is at times like this that a program needs to make a difficult decision. Is the course worth saving? Is there value in reworking the course so that it better aligns to an outcome? Or, is it better to eliminate the course altogether and offer something new that better suits the current goals and missions of the program? Once the faculty has determined exactly where the program's outcomes align to the curriculum, the next step is to determine the level of interaction allowed for in the course. Ask faculty to determine if each course's outcome exposure is introductory, intermediate, or degree level. Each level of exposure is identified here by a circle icon, with introductory being an empty circle, intermediate a half-filled circle, and degree level a completely filled circle. Introductory indicates that the student has not previously had experience with the outcome. Usually, courses at the beginning of a curriculum will be labeled as introductory, but that is not always the case. An outcome may be very advanced, and students may need experience in other areas before being introduced to a new outcome. Graduate programs may find that they never introduce a particular outcome, and this might be okay. Some programs may expect that students were introduced to an outcome in their undergraduate programs. When a program marks an outcome as degree level in a course, it is indicating that the course is one that will move students to a level of proficiency in that outcome. Capstone courses are often areas where outcomes are at degree level. If an outcome is important, one exposure is simply not enough. Exposure should occur often and ideally throughout the course of the curriculum. When determining the extent to which a course's outcome exposure is introductory, intermediate, or degree level, have faculty once again defend their opinions. The group should agree that the map accurately conveys the activities of the curriculum. Once all courses have been mapped, the curriculum should be examined for over and under exposure, gaps, and logic. Ask the faculty to look at each outcome. Are there any outcomes that have too little exposure in the curriculum? Outcomes that are never exposed in the curriculum? Are there outcomes that are never at degree level? Are there courses that seemingly map to every outcome? Are there courses that map to nothing? If so, should those courses remain in the curriculum? Asking questions like this will help faculty determine if the curriculum adequately fits the goals of the program. Sometimes the mapping process can be uncomfortable. No faculty member wants to hear that the course they teach doesn't map to any of the outcomes, or that it introduces an outcome when it should emphasize it. If there are gaps in outcome coverage, it isn't always easy to decide if a new course should be created, or if it would be better for the program to rework a current course to better meet the goals of the program. Problems like these have no clear-cut answers. Each program must find their own way to deal with curriculum complications. Your assignment is to create a program curriculum map that accurately reflects the relationship between each of your program's courses and the outcomes. We encourage you to involve as many faculty as you can in this process, as it will help to ensure that your map is correct. Your map must show how each of the program's courses align to the program's stated outcomes. Each course should be labeled to explain the level of outcome proficiency expected in that course. Is the course introductory, intermediate, or degree level? Maps should be examined for gaps, logic, and issues of exposure. If there are problems with the map as it currently stands, please create a plan for alleviating any curriculum problems made evident by the map. Once complete, send your completed curriculum map and student learning outcomes to your institution's assessment staff for review and feedback.